Hi, welcome back. It's Tyler. Today I wanted to talk about King and his potential future in One Piece because I think he's a really interesting character. He is one of the only Lunarians we see in the anime, in the manga, in the show, right? And he was just shown in the last chapter. He just got a little set. He got a little what, like 3/8, maybe not 3/8, like a quarter. He was with he was mentioned. He was shown. And it had been about 50 chapters since he had been shown. So it inspired me with an idea, and I wanted to talk about it. Firstly, in doing research for this video, I reread some of the chapters that King was in where he had flashbacks when he was just talking with Kaido and stuff like that. It struck me as interesting that like King knows Joy Boy. King knows who Joy Boy is. In 1036, King calls, or he speculates with Kaido and kind of implies that Kaido could be Joy Boy. And Kaido kind of laughs and is like, haha, cool, neat. And King just kind of just like, all right, if he is, cool. If he isn't, I owe him my life, so I'm still gonna work for him because I think he's cool, right? He saved me from Punk Hazard. I'm still gonna do what he says. And then later, let me see the chapter. In 1049, Kaido brings back up Joy Boy because Yamato had mentioned that Odin wanted to open up the gates of Wano to welcome back Joy Boy. And Kaido thinks this is kind of silly because he's like, dude, I'm already here. Haha, remember that conversation we had? You think I'm Joy Boy? Haha. But the line specifically is that I don't here, I could give an exact quote. Actually, I have it pulled up. Let's see. Excuse me. I am ill prepared, bad YouTuber. If Joy Boy is the same man that you're waiting for, King, then I know who it is. I know who he is. And then at the end of the chapter, Kaido is like, Joy Boy is the man who will beat me one day. And then King is like, if that's true, then he'll never show up. Right? So, because Kaido said that King was waiting for Joy Boy, does that mean that if, let's say King was a free agent, right? Let's say King was not a part of the Beast Pirates, and he is still waiting for Joy Boy, then what would King do if he found Joy Boy? Would he follow him? Would he be loyal to him? Would he try to join his crew, perhaps? Yeah. I'm unsure. That's what we're here to do today. We're here to speculate. I love speculating. And then King is defeated subsequently, of course, and so is Kaido. And then we don't see King again until 1053? Yes, 1053. That's when Green Bull shows up to that prison. I believe it's the Udon prison. And then he sucks the life out of everybody. He makes them weak. And then he's like, you guys are lazy. You guys suck. I'm an admiral. Fuck you guys. Right? So, and then he gets on a Den Mushi, transponder snail, and is like, get a warship over here. Don't tell Sakazuki what I'm doing. I'm getting results. I don't ask permission. I ask for forgiveness. Right? So we never see them get picked up from the Udon prison. And it's implied that the Marines, they get him, right? And then we don't see him again. We don't see him. We don't see King mentioned, he's mentioned in the fight with the Seraphim, but we don't see him. We don't see him in the current story until last chapter. And what happened last chapter? Vegapunk is wrapping up his message, right? And he mentions that there are 3 persecuted races by the world government. And we see Whitebeard, we see Kuma, we see Pudding, Third Eye Tribe. Oh, Buccaneers, by the way. Kuma definitely a Buccaneer. I really do think Whitebeard is a Buccaneer, but that's a thing for another day. They've got the same jaw. They've got the same like mouth shape. You know, they're both like 20 feet tall. Whatever. Discussion for another day. And then we see King. King is there. He is bandaged up and he has a transponder snail. He's listening to the message. How? If he is in world government custody, how is he allowed to have a transponder snail? I don't think that a persecuted race would be given a transponder snail. I don't think so. Yes, King was in Punk Hazard, but he was tied to that bench. They were experimenting on him. There's no way they gave him a phone. No. There's no way they gave that guy internet connection. Not in the least. So, theory time. I think that King must not be in government custody. Surely not, right? Because we never explicitly saw the Marines taking him away. It was implied. We never saw it, and we know government lackeys are not the best at doing their jobs, right? So Green Bull could have called them over, and then, they might have just skedaddled with Shanks when Shanks did his Conqueror's thing, and Green Bull was like, oh my goodness, So I think that King is potentially still on Wano. Maybe. We don't know where exactly he is. Yamato is currently on a journey, an Odin-like journey. They might run into King, and Yamato might be like, dude, Luffy's Joy Boy. And then King is be like, oh, no way. Because we never got King's reaction to Luffy going Gear 5th and getting all white and stuff. We never saw King's reaction to Kaido being defeated. Kaido told King that whoever defeated him, Kaido, would be Joy Boy. And we know how that ended, right? So, I don't know. I think King could still be on Wano. I think Yamato could run into him on Wano somewhere in his recovery. I do think at some point King will be back. I think King and Queen will be back to some capacity. Because now that the Beast Pirates are disbanded, or well, at least their leader's gone, right? Queen has the liberty to go elsewhere. And we know that Neomads is a thing. We know that Caesar and Judge are working together again. And because they hate Vegapunk. They have a shared hate of Vegapunk. So, who else has a shared hatred of Vegapunk? Queen, right? Queen would leave Wano. They'd go find him. They're relatively close by. They're all in the New World, right? So what's to stop King from either staying on Wano or also going elsewhere? Like, the guy's strong enough to do what he wants. He can fly. He's a big bird. Dinosaur, whatever. Same thing. I think that King has the capacity to be elsewhere or still in Wano. Regardless, I think at some point in the future, but both of them can come back. Queen as an antagonist, and King as maybe like a dark horse, maybe not dark horse, like anti-hero kind of. He's just trying to do his own thing, right? He's trying to find Joy Boy. He's just trying to live. He's persecuted after all. Okay, so let me get back on topic here. How does King know of Joy Boy? I think the easiest answer would probably to say is his parents. Like he is alive, so therefore he had parents, or at least one, right? I don't know if Lunarians reproduce asexually. That could be up in the air. But surely his parents, just like Kuma's parents, passed down Joy Boy as a story. But in the Lunarian's case, it was Joy Boy rather than Nika himself, right? So that's how he knows of Joy Boy. That's how he knows to wait for Joy Boy, right? Because surely someday Joy Boy will return to save us from the government's oppression, right? Where is he? We answered that. Okay, yeah. And then what will he do now? So I think Final War, like when cavalry's showing up, when everybody comes back, when Whoop Slap shows up from the Goa Kingdom to go knock some heads on the admirals, right? I think King will be there. I think King and Queen will both be there, and I think that King will share a few words with Luffy. At least a look, at least a look with a thought bubble. It's like, dude, there he is. Oh my gosh, that's the guy. That's the guy I've been waiting for. And he'll like take some guys out for Luffy, or like maybe he'll block an attack like Zoro did on the rooftop for Luffy. But I think King definitely still has a place in this story because they're the three persecuted races, and we have at least one person alive from each of them, right? We've got Pudding for the Three Eyes, King for the Lunarians, and then there's all the clones and stuff, the Seraphim, and then we have Kuma, who's alive, but also Edward Weevil. Edward Weevil is said to be the biological son of Whitebeard. Maybe he's a clone, but that would still mean he's a Buccaneer. Editing Tyler here. Already making an addendum. Second video on One Piece. Anyway, so look, these right here, these are the things, these are the chin things that I'm talking about. You can see my mouse, yes. These things around their jaw. Kuma has them too. Whitebeard's a Buccaneer. Weevil's a Buccaneer. Ah! So, I think King will help Luffy at some point in the future because King was waiting for Joy Boy. King will come in clutch. I swear, calling it now. So where does King end up end of series? Where's King in the epilogue? I think King will try to get parental rights over the Seraphim. That's those are essentially his kids, right? I think Bonnie will take the Kuma one and they'll go on an adventure, right? But I think for the rest of them, I think King takes care of them. I think King watches over them because for all that King knows, he's the last Lunarian. And he may despise that he was experimented on and his DNA was taken, but I think he would step up. I think he'd be the father who steps up to care for his kids, right? I think that King will be doing that end of series. And, he'll, like, maybe they'll get deprogrammed. Maybe they'll get more humanized at the end so that they can, not be as robotic and such. But I think that King he'll be taking care of them. We'll see a panel or two of him, like, making dinner, and they're all sitting around the table. And maybe King sits down with, like, the feast, and then maybe he sheds a tear or something. And he's like, oh, this reminds me of when I was a boy and me and my siblings and my parents ate together, I think that could be a sweet moment for him and, like, a good, like, oh, I'm so thankful for Joy Boy to come back and give me the freedom to enjoy a meal with my family again. I think that could be cool. I think that could be cool for him. All right, well, thanks for watching this video. It was kind of not as structured as the last one, but I still think it's interesting to talk about this kind of stuff because we haven't seen him in so long, and I think he will be coming back relatively soon. At least like 30 chapters. We'll go without seeing him again, but he will not be involved in Elbaf, but I still think he will be involved Final War type stuff. So, bye.